we are trading the Grom for a missile car. We brought Matt along. Oh, you can see the key. So you can probably guess what the car is gonna be. I'm so excited about this. 350Z, PBM angle kit, like suspension arms, coilovers, we'll swap the coilovers. Dual caliper setup with a nice ASD hydro, bucket seat, 436 rear gear, so like third. These have a problem with being between second and third. Like Matt's gonna do the same diff from what I understand, because it's like second's too short, third's too long, like it is on a lot of these cars. So it's got that diff, all welded nice. Runs and drives. I think it made like 298 wheel because it's got a bunch of bolt-ons and a tune. It's like just literally the perfect beater missile, and me and Matt can do 350Z blue 350Z tandems.
Yes, and if we rub paint, it doesn't matter.
No.
We'll be the same color.
It'll be the same color. I didn't think about that.
Stuff like that. I didn't know what he needed.
It's on the trailer. Oh, I'm watching my steps for dog poop. You guys know what that means. Tyler, I hope you enjoy the Grom.
Yep.
He's gonna do, his plan is to do what I was gonna do and never did with it, which is like the mini moto, mini GP racing and stuff. And then I'm gonna do with this what he doesn't feel like doing anymore, because the drifting is a hassle.
What I'm too lazy to do now.
Yeah.
So.
And the Grom stuff's easier, which is why I was gonna get into it. Cheap, fun hobby. But yeah, I'm excited. This is like, the idea behind this is a straight up thrash car, so then I can make the Miata nice, and like I'll still drive it hard, but I won't have that car as like my progression car of like really pushing the limits and totaling Matt's car out, and I mean touching Matt's door. Yeah. I'm so stoked. Yeah, right. Like,
you break my door, I take yours.
Right. I was gonna say, like, I total your door. All right, here you go. Take mine. And they're the same matching color. He's gonna have the same rear gears, dual caliper, similar angle. Like, we're gonna have almost matching cars. Very similar, and that's gonna be super exciting. This is like project seat time. We'll talk more about it when we get home. Thanks again.
Yep.
I hope you enjoy the Grom.
I hope so too.
You better give it some use.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I don't lose motivation on it.
Yeah, don't do that. Do it. Go race like next weekend.
Oh. That probably won't happen, but
yeah, I know.
Next few months for sure, I'm gonna try to get into it.
Do it.
So.
It's fun. We made it back safe. I told Matt he messed up. He didn't drive his 350Z. It's blue and everything. Didn't drive it.
I didn't even know it was blue.
He's got a blue BRZ, so it's close enough. So the main issue, we'll talk about it once we unload it. We're gonna go ahead and unload this thing. Back. Yeah, this is pretty much it. I'll show you guys the interior. I want to get some door panels for it. I might get Matt's depending on what he does with his cage, if he puts them back on or not. Buy some other ones. There's the handbrake, dual caliper, like I said. It's got a switch for the fans, which is cool because it just grounds the fans. So they work normally by the ECU, but I can override and turn them on whenever I want. It's got this Corbeau seat. I really don't like this style of seat, but it's a cheap beater car. It'll work. What else? I guess that's pretty much it. It's got this PBM angle kit. It's got crappy old teen coilovers, which will probably get replaced with some BCs. It's got suspension arms in the rear, which are, it needs another one, so I might just replace both of them in the rear just to have some good arms and make sure I get the alignment fully dialed if I have any issues with it. If not, I'll probably leave it. I mean, this is budget car, you know, seat time, budget car, a thrash car, run into people. It's already got some body damage. The goal is to just have fun with this car and not worry about it. And then that way, like I said before, we can make the Miata nice and not be worried about it being the thrash car and try to keep it nice. So I know you guys are probably like, Taylor, what are you doing? Why did you just get another car? You don't need another car. You now have 3 drift cars, technically 3 driftable cars. I know. I thought about all this, and you're probably thinking, oh my God, you're not gonna finish the Miata now because you're gonna be distracted. Thought about that too. I am dead set on finishing the Miata. Here's the thing. The Miata was kind of like the missile car. I definitely want, and have always wanted, something that I don't really care that much about. Like, I'm okay with smashing it up. And that's why I decided to build a Miata. I wasn't gonna make it super nice. I was just gonna put a motor in it to make it reliable and just go thrash it. But now, you know, as this build has progressed, I've been really enjoying trying to do things the right way and make it nice. I kind of want to continue down that path and make it a nice drift car. And that would allow me to use this as my beater drift car to really push the limits in, because no matter what, to improve, you have to push the limits. Pushing the limits requires crashing and making mistakes. So this is the car I can do that in. And as I've said before, I think we've talked about it on here. I've definitely talked about it with friends. You know, we were always like, man, if we could just have no cage tandem, 350Zs would be amazing. We could all get 350Zs and it'd be the same thing as JZXs in Japan. They have enough power to drift. They're built like tanks, mild bolt-ons, and they drift great, and they're all very evenly matched no matter what little stuff you do to them. So now with Matt getting one and a few of my other friends getting one, I want to partake in that. I want to tandem with very similar cars and progress my skills, because to me, drifting is the most important thing in my life that I do. It like makes me the happiest out of anything that I do. I find so much joy in drifting, and I pretty much do everything to continue to drift, you know? So to have something like this, to me, is awesome. And I've wanted this for a long time, and it was a great deal. I mean, I have less invested in this than I would just buying a stock 350Z and having to do all of these mods to it. So it was really hard. I couldn't really turn it down. And the problem is storage. I'm gonna keep it at a friend's house, but you know, I can't keep it here. We don't have enough room. So maybe eventually something will have to go. If that something was something, it would have to be the vet. Obviously can't get rid of the truck, whether I keep that truck or not. Like, I need a truck and to tow the trailer, and then I'm obviously not getting rid of the Miata. We're gonna make this thing super sweet. I've got some really cool stuff in mind. So it's kind of like, well, what's left? The vet. And I thought about it, and I don't know that I could get rid of the vet. I'm not like one to get mushy and sentimental attachment to cars. I'm like, I can't get rid of it. But I like the vet, man. I really like that car. It's a great daily. It drifts, but you know, this is kind of like takes that spot, just is not as nice, you know, and I can smash it up, which driving solo is pretty boring, you know, and I don't want to mess the vet up. So I'm kind of at a tough spot with that, because I want to buy a house. That's like my main goal coming up, is to buy a house. It'll make for just a much better life. One, I used to grow up in the country. I'd love to have land. I could build a shop, you know, just like a simple shop, and have room to work on cars, have different projects, do fun budget builds, and not worry about this like, oh, well, I don't have anywhere to keep this, so I can't get this, you know. And I think that would bring a lot more interesting content to you guys, and we could make like a rally course through the yard, and to have like a rally race with budget cars with friends. And there's just so much more we could do, and I could do, and you guys could experience with me. So I really want to do that, and that requires a large sum of money for a down payment. So selling the vet could give us that money that we need to make a down payment on a house and get a house. So there's a lot to think about. I'm not going to make any rash decisions just yet. I have the car. The car was a good deal. Couldn't pass it up. So we're going to drive it. We're going to tighten up some odds and ends on it. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to see how we feel about it. Maybe I hate it. Maybe I'm like, this is boring. 350Zs are boring, and I don't want it. I don't know. And then we'll kind of make a game plan. But for now, I'd love your opinion. I'd love your input on what you think I should do, what your thoughts are based on Twitter. You guys obviously think it's smarter to get a house and, you know, get rid of the vet for now and replace it with a cool project down the road. I mean, there's a really cool diesel vehicle project that I want to do. Fed's brainchild, actually. That would be really cool for you guys, or even another vet, maybe like a C6. I really like a C6. I like the way they look better. So I don't know, getting rid of it wouldn't be like a forever and all thing. We'd do something else in the future. So let me know what your thoughts are. Are you bored with the vet? Would you hate me and kill me if I got rid of the vet? I mean, what are your thoughts? What would you do in my situation? And all of that. So that's what I want to know from you guys. So just let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate the ability to have that. It's like when you bounce ideas off your friends, it's just like a much larger sample size. So I do get a lot of really good opinions, and a lot of times I'm like, yes, they're right, that makes sense. Like just one comment sometimes even, it just puts it really well, and I'm like, you're right. So again, let me know below, and thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. We're gonna go drifting next weekend and bash doors with the 350Z. How exciting is that? I'm stoked. All right, goodbye.